Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunn again. This is HandmadeInVermont.com. Today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Spire table lamp. This is going to be the 27-21-25. Before we dive into details, I want to talk about finishes really quick on this, because you're going to notice you have two pull-down menus up above. You have one that says choose a finish for the lamp itself, which is the fixture. The other one is choose a finish for the accent. So the top one, where it says choose a finish for the fixture, is going to be the base on this. It's going to be the pipe that goes up above. And then choose a finish for the accent. That's going to be the conical piece of metal, that conical piece inside, the cone-shaped one that's under the glass. You can do them in the same finish. Most people are going to do them in contrasting finishes. And while we're here, we're going to talk about a finish you're not going to notice on our finishes help guide, which is in the red tabs over there, which you should watch a video in there too. But it's going to talk about a finish called 44, which is clear steel. So this is kind of an interesting story. Hubbardton Forge is not unlike all the other forging artists in Vermont. We have a lot of small ones here, which is just a guy in his backyard or in a back barn or a garage with a forge making things for us like bottle openers and coat hooks and all kinds of fun stuff. Those guys are all using the same thing to finish off their fixtures that they make for us, which is boiled linseed oil. So boiled linseed oil is going to kind of form a hard, clear shell on top of iron to keep moisture from getting into it and causing it to rust. And that's how you finish off forging, basically. Historically, this is going back to the 15th century. Now, fast forward to today, Hubbardton Forge began just like those other guys, the guys that are in their backyards, in a little barn in Hubbardton, Vermont, just one town over from Castleton where they are now. And they started out the same way, using the same boiled linseed oil. And then they kind of grew and became bigger, and they used all kinds of interesting finishes. So we had golds and silvers and blacks and coppers, all kinds of things that became powder coats. So much more durable. It's a great thing to put on iron because moisture really won't get to it, and it becomes like this legacy piece that you can pass on to your kids. All that said, now they've introduced something that's basically clear, just like 50 years ago when they began. So it's kind of an interesting stuff how they've gone full circle on that. And that said, when we're looking at that conical piece, now that is called heavy forging. And heavy forging is when you take a piece of iron and you put it into that oven or that forge, blast it with heat and get it so hot that it forms, there's a molecular change on the surface and it forms the scale or slag. So that's the modeling you see in the picture through that glass, the kind of lighter and darker areas, and it's actually bumpy. On other fixtures that you could, this is under glass, don't forget, but you can run your fingers on it and you can feel that bumpiness, and a lot of people like to see that on forging. So with this fixture, some of the translucent finishes, which are semi-transparent, like dark smoke 07 or 05 bronze, you'll be able to see the lighter and darker areas. However, that 44 clear coat, that's clear steel, that's really going to show it to you. That finish, 44 clear steel, may not be available on other fixtures, you'll notice, because they are not put into forges to get super hot just because of how they were made. But this fixture, this conical piece, definitely is. So that you might want to consider that, but like the other finishes are great too, so it doesn't matter which one you get, you're going to love the fixture anyway. So that's my 2 cents on the finishes there. Let's talk about the shade really quick on this. It's going to be using an 18-inch shade that's 10.5 inches tall. It's a drum shade, so it's coming up just like this, and it's going to let a lot of light up. The whole reason you use a drum shade at the top that's open is it's going to let light go up and hit your white ceiling, and that's why ceilings are white, so they bounce light off that and bathe the room in beautiful ambient light. The bottom of this is open, obviously, so it's going to get light down on that conical piece, that accent that's down there, plus on your book and other things that you have going on that you need light for. Okay, there's also let's talk about the fabric on this. It's going to be using natural white Anna, which is a pure white, crisp white. It's going to not influence the fixture at all. It's just going to be a neutral fabric. Light's going to come through. There's an inner reflective coating on it that's going to let light, like I said, go up and down, plus a little bit coming through as well. So that's it for the shades, right? Let's talk about a couple other details on this. Let's get into the heart of the whole thing, and that's going to be the size of it. So it's 31.7 inches tall, 18 inches in diameter, and that's going to be the drum shade itself, which is the biggest part. The base on this is 7.7 inches tall, so a little detail there too. Okay, I want to show you a little bit more information about this, and how we're going to do it is to take a quick look at the installations instructions. There's not a lot to do installations-wise on this. You're just going to be putting the harp on that holds the shade. But the nice thing about those install sheets are they're going to show you a lot of line drawings of this fixture and a lot of details you really don't see in a photograph. So take advantage of that, and that's going to be there for you as well. Now let's talk about what you can get as far as light out of this, because that's going to be important too. When you looked at those install sheets, you saw the harp is going to accommodate a A19 bulb. So an A19 bulb is just the same size as what we grew up with, just a standard size light bulb. If you want to stay with an incandescent, you can do that, and you can do that up to 100 watts in this. But why bother when there's so many great LEDs out in the world? So this is the first generation of LEDs that came out. You've seen these all your, well, not all your life, but at least for the last 20 or 30 years. So it's got a hard shell on top, a white shell, but this is like a porcelain side or hard plastic. And the one thing about this one I'm not crazy about on this fixture is it's going to block light coming down. So remember, I want a lot of light to go down and hit that conical piece and go through that clear glass because I want to see that piece. I think that's the showstopper in this. So I want to go with something like this, and this is going to be a clear phosphorus LED. Wherever you find these, you can find these. So we're talking Home Depot, Walmart, any Ace Hardware, True Value Hardware. My grocery store in Vermont sells these, so you should be able to find them with no problem at all. This A19 I can find up to 100 watt equivalent if I need to. I can find it up to 150 watt equivalent on like Amazon if I needed to go there, and I might go there. But in any event, it's going to be offered to you in all kinds of different types of colors of light. So we talk about that in other videos. 2700 Kelvin, super yellow light. They're going to offer this to you in something called daylight. Daylight sounds like it should be a warm light, but it's not. That's that bluish white hospital waiting room light, overcast day. I don't think it'd be great on this fixture, but some people do like it. What I like to use in our showroom is warm white, soft white. That's 3000 Kelvin. That's light coming down on this table from these warm white, soft white, 3000 Kelvin bulbs above us. So that's what we have working here. And that's what you want to do. That's what I would think you'd want to do anyway. Very important. It's a dimmable fixture. It's going to be using this. This is a medium base socket, E26. You just screw it in. No big surprise there. But the cool thing about this, it has a dimmer built into the bottom of it too. There's a microchip hiding in here that you can't see. So it's basically, you hear a click, goes on, goes off, and it's a dimmer built in there. So what you do want to do is make sure you get a dimmable version of any bulb you're looking for. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below. So scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart. So you can click on dark smoke. You can click on soft gold. Doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a what's on display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, That's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.